Take off working time, and if you can correct me, this is the legislation that was all lumped in one resolution. And so at that committee meeting, it was then taken,
Some of it out.
it was taken out and itemized in the resolutions that we have here before us.
No, it's not itemized. You got three pieces. You got the light poles, you got the lawn equipment, I call it lawn equipment, recreation equipment, or whatever it is, and something else. It should have, each should have a line item. Because it comes out
Because
of,
I believe out of that one resolution, we had 4 or 5 different.
There were about 6 or 7, and then we were at a meeting, and you guys said to take out the fire truck and the police. I said the other stuff is all lumped together. You said fine.
That's correct.
So I took the 2 biggest ones out, and then we left these. This has been discussed thoroughly.
Pardon me,
Yes.
isn't there a set of minutes to this, Madam Clerk?
Finance.
Yeah. Is there a set of minutes in here?
Thank you.
It's the right way.
Thank you.
That's all you have to do, do it the right way.
Anything that you did in the finance committee should be in those minutes, along with the amounts, everything to be right in those minutes.
That's what you received.
You say? Because we don't have to guess, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. Just look in your minutes, because if anything ever comes up in the court of law, they're going to ask for your minutes. I don't know. You got another set of minutes? If you got another set of, this was the last one. Is this the last one that had the polls and everything, or is it the other one?
This came up in health and safety, I believe. This was what, councilman Martin was the council.
Well, the health and safety.
So not in your finance committee, it was in the health and safety.
Well, where is it? Looking.
So we didn't have a minutes for it.
Here's the health and safety.
Is it public workers so we can get AC, money that y'all spend, the city spend? Is it public workers or is
We have the fire truck.
I would just suggest that, I just table it.
There's further concern regarding how the equipment is being itemized in the resolutions. Right now, Councilman Ernest is looking at the health and safety meeting minutes.
Well, can I say this? Here's the only thing that pertains to the poll. Councilor Thomas asked about the street poll. Mayor King stated that they have not been put up yet. They were waiting for all the accessories to come in. They have to hire someone since one of the service staff passed away last year. Something is about the light poles.
resolution.
And what Mr. Hayes is saying, that each item of those things has to be in a separate legislation. One subject, like that.
Wait a minute, hold it, let me,
0517.
well, okay. And which one we dealing with? Resolution, we build, repair, place, installation, purchase. And what is being suggested that each item on here,
Light poles, line equipment, and backhoe repair.
be separated?
Separated, each itemized item be separated.
They have them.
Because you gotta have somebody to repair each item.
Right.
Okay.
First, now you purchase some light poles.
If I could just remind
$107,000 has already been appropriated, correct?
Pardon me?
So that $107,000 was already appropriated, it was already,
Absolutely. It's already been passed in permanent appropriations by the former council back in November. If I could remind you, refresh your memory rather, Councilman Martin, it was at your committee meeting where you asked me to separate the fire truck and the police truck only.
Right.
So the rest of them appear on one piece. And you said that you understood, okay, yes, it can all have one heading, and then you itemize it underneath it. But you asked that I separate the fire truck and the police equipment,
Right.
which is what I did. So the rest of the items remain here, and here it is here, Councilman Martin, and they're all itemized.
That's the fire truck and,
No, the fire-
the police
The police and the fire truck are on their separate.
separate, right. And I asked you to
No, no.
separate those,
Yes,
right?
you did in your meeting, and then you said we could leave these.
No, I didn't speak to them,
Right.
I just dealt with the health and safety component.
And you asked me to separate them out, and I did.
Now, let me ask a procedural question here.
And let me say one thing before
Okay.
you say that.
Yeah,
I talked to Tish, the auditor. She said to me, and I also talked to Jack Johnson. She said to me that I approved it, but I thought that all of this had been passed. And when I told her it had not, she called Jack Johnson and told him she was holding on to it until we passed this legislation.
That's correct.
And that's what she said. And I talked to Jack Johnson after that, and he said, you're absolutely correct, Council Thomas. She did call me. She did say, hold on to it until the legislation is passed. And he said, I was told that the legislation was going to be passed at this meeting, the third week, which is the 18th. So he was given the idea that it's gonna be passed tonight.
So,
well, let me ask this.
Councilman Vice President, you remember the conversation we had with Tish after the fiscal commission meeting? And she mentioned that conversation, right? And she said it's fine.
But this
If
is
we could
after
just,
that.
if we can move this thing
After that.
forward, from